clase de español, ¿sí? Con mi bambú. Pues, you are not going to be in class on the day that we learn to talk about our possessions. So, you should probably watch this video like you're doing right now. Yesterday in class, we should have talked about using the verb tener, which means to have, and that verb enables you to say that someone has items of various things. You can conjugate it for all the different subjects, or you can also use tener to say what people's ages are, because like we mentioned in class yesterday, instead of saying that someone is an age, you say that they have a number of years, like it's their number of years of life experience that they have, that kind of thing. Today, we're going to talk about something that's a little easier than that. It is saying possessions, but in another way, without using that verb tener. Instead, we're going to be using something else. Now in English, when we say what someone's possession is, we like to use apostrophe S to say, for example, Juan's dog. That's in English, pero en Español, what we end up saying is actually this. You can say the or a. You're going to put in an article, definite or indefinite. Dog of Juan. This is what we actually end up saying instead. To actually say that in Spanish, though, we'll translate and we'll say el or un, if you're saying a dog of Juan, because you're not sure which one. Perro, because we know that's dog. To say of, you're going to use a very tiny word, just as tiny as of. De. De means of. It will also have some other meanings, but for now, de means of. And Juan. So this means the dog of Juan, a dog of Juan, Juan's dog. Now we can do a couple things with that. We could just say, es el perro de Juan. The it is understood, the dog of Juan. Or we could mix this up a little bit and say, el perro es de Juan. The dog is of Juan. These are just ways of saying that it's Juan's dog, but Spanish never, ever, 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 never uses the apostrophe S that we use. It doesn't exist. So, we got to forget this to do this. Don't let this trip you up because it very commonly will. Let's do a couple more examples. We'll switch to another vibrant color for you. Let's say the shirts of Julieta. Shirts is las camisas, and of Julieta, de Julieta. This is the same as if in English we would say Julieta's shirts, but we're instead saying the shirts of Julieta. So we will make this into the same kind of sentences. We can say the shirts are Julieta's by saying this. Las camisas son, because we're conjugating ser here, and we're using plural items, which works like ellos. Las camisas son de Julieta. Or we could do like we did on this first one over here and say son, they is understood, and we're saying are las camisas de Julieta. So on every single one of these, we use de for of to show that it is someone's possession. Use de for of to say what one's possession is. If you'd like to have a quick formula for how to do this, here's your formula. You will put in an article el, la, los, las. You can do an indefinite article too, like we did right here. It's just not quite as common, but you can. And then you need to put in the item, use de for from, and then put in your owner. Now I'm not putting in these parentheses to show that these are optional, I'm just showing that you have to insert that in there. So, the item of the owner, the person, sometimes not a person. So, this is your format, and you can put a verb in here, or you can put a verb in right here instead. Let me mark that for you. You could put a verb in right here, like we did up here, or like we did right here, or instead you could put a verb right here, like we did up here, like we did down here, to make complete sentences. So, that is your lesson for today, how to say possessions, and really, we are saying possessions using day. Remember, if you are missing class, that you have an activity or two that you will need to do from your textbook to make up for that. To find what those activities are, you can always check on your lesson plans that you can find through the school website on Google Drive, and look for the asterisk symbol that shows you what you'll need to do to make up for your in-class participation points, and the homework is listed as well. Thank you, and God bless. Dios te bendiga.